You see a list of 10 books that will change your life, and the promise is intoxicating. Just read these, and everything will fall into place. Purchasing those books costs maybe $100, but actually reading them, that demands a minimum of 60 hours of focused cognitive bandwidth. This side-by-side chart reveals the cost. You spend weeks filling up the reading column on the left, but the time spent actually implementing the advice on the right usually drops to zero. Your brain is pulling off a chemical trick called productive procrastination. Reading about a framework triggers the exact same dopamine hit as actually doing the hard work. Committing to a 10-book marathon exhausts the precise mental energy you need to change your behavior. You don't transform, you just get tired. Do not read all 10 books. You need to identify the single text that targets the specific bottleneck holding you back right now. If you strip away the marketing, almost all self-improvement literature falls into one of three architectural blueprints: mindset, systems, and psychology. Reading these out of order creates massive friction. Applying a rigorous productivity hack when you lack a baseline purpose is like installing a turbocharger on a car with no steering wheel. The return on your investment in these books doesn't come from how many pages you consume. It comes entirely from an accurate diagnosis of your current flaw. Let's look at the first bottleneck. You lack direction, feel completely overwhelmed, and suffer from a paralyzing inability to just start. The correct input here is Mindset Foundations. These books demand very low cognitive strain to read, but they require high emotional buy-in. This matrix maps how these blueprints function. For Mindset Foundations, the outcome is a rapid shift in your internal locus of control and a massive, sudden surge in motivation. But there is a hidden trade-off. Motivation is a highly volatile chemical state. It will inevitably crash. When that inspiration fades, these foundational blueprints fail to provide the day-to-day structural scaffolding you need to keep going. Mindset books are an essential spark to break you out of paralysis, but they are entirely insufficient as the fuel for long-term behavioral change. Maybe you already have abundant motivation and a clear goal, but your execution is completely erratic and you waste hours every week. This requires tactical systems. Books on habit tracking and time blocking give you the input needed to bypass your reliance on sheer willpower. Returning to our matrix, you can see the outcome is extreme daily efficiency. You lock in the mathematical certainty of compounding marginal gains. The hidden trade-off here is the heavy upfront friction. Building and maintaining these rigorous protocols takes serious, sustained effort. And if your system becomes too rigid, your life becomes brittle. A minor disruption, like a sick day or a late flight, can shatter the entire routine and cause disproportionate stress. Tactical systems are necessary to scale your output, provided you accept the trade-off of living a highly inflexible, regimented daily reality. Then there is the hardest bottleneck. You have perfect systems and deep motivation, but you continually hit an invisible ceiling or repeatedly burn down your own progress. This requires deep psychology literature. You have to confront ego, past trauma, and deeply rooted self-sabotage mechanisms. This final row identifies the outcome, identifying and beginning to dismantle the internal friction points that time management systems are not designed to touch. The trade-off is massive. This reading is emotionally exhausting and deeply disruptive to your current self-image. Engaging with this blueprint offers absolutely zero immediate return for your short-term goals or tomorrow's deadlines. Confronting deep psychology is the only cure for chronic self-sabotage. Doing so requires setting aside short-term productivity metrics to actually do the heavy lifting. Building an incredible structural system on the wrong plot of land is a waste of your time. To decide what to read, we use this flowchart. Everything starts here. You have to identify the core friction point in your life right now. If you are overwhelmed and lack a why, you follow this path directly to Mindset Foundations. If you are motivated but waste hours every single day, you take the center path straight to Tactical Systems. And if you are highly organized but continually blow up your own success, you follow the right path to Deep Psychology. Using this simple tree immediately saves you over 50 hours of wasted cognitive effort and eliminates the risk of faking action by just reading another book. Here is your strict rule of engagement.
Pick the one specific blueprint you just identified and deliberately ignore the other 9 books on the list. You must commit to implementing that single framework for a minimum of 6 months before you are allowed to read another self-help book. The text itself is just inert paper. You must remember, a blueprint cannot build a house on its own. You will hit the transformation gap. That is the deeply uncomfortable psychological space that exists the exact moment you finish the last chapter and have to take your first physical action. Real change doesn't happen during the reading. It starts the moment you put the book down and make your first physical choice in the real world.